back to my channel. Today I thought I would do another meal prep video for you guys. It's been like a month since I've done the last one and you guys seem to really enjoy it, so I wanted to bring another one for you guys. And when I did the last one, which I will link up here for you and below if you want to check that out too, I had kind of the theme of back to school time because it was. So now I'm like, what is my theme this time? Well, I guess the theme this time is actually going to be these are my favorite things in the past month, because I have been making these items like on repeat and they have just become a favorite of mine. They're super quick and easy to go to, and I thought I would share them with you guys because of that. So we're just gonna call it my favorite things. Anyway, I think you might be able to see that in the back there too. I am actually going to be doing a giveaway over on my Instagram here very soon for some of those snack food items. I thought this would be a good time to mention it since we're talking about having foods that are ready to go for us, super convenient, whether it's for snacking or full meals, whatever it is. I thought that I would throw that out there for you guys, that that's coming very soon, like maybe tomorrow. Get on over there. If you guys do have an Instagram, please be sure you're following me there, and I will have that coming very soon. Again, please do give it a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. It lets me know these are the types of videos you want to see, and of course be sure you're subscribed just so you can come along this journey with us. We have a lot of fun here, and I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Alright, so just like before, I have to start with like the fruits and veggies. You've got to have fruits and veggies on hand if you want to set yourself up for success. It is what it is. It is so easy to walk into the kitchen and open the pantry before you open the fridge, because that's where the cookies are, right? But if you have your fridge stocked with fruits and veggies that are ready to go, especially fruits, especially if you're craving something a little sweeter, you know, you're gonna be more apt to grab that. So like before on my last meal prep, I had started it with showing having your fruits and veggies prepped. Now this time I didn't really need any veggies. I still had some in my fridge, so I didn't have to worry about that. But I wanted to share with you guys, I know this might be kind of random, but I went ahead and did some pineapple just to have that on hand. But then I've been storing my grapes this way, and I wanted to share that with you. I already done it in the beginning of the week, but I really wanted to make a point that if you have the big mason jars, store your grapes like this, guys. They stay super fresh, and I don't know what it is, but I'm going to assume just because it's in this glass jar, they're so cold and they taste so much better to me, and I don't know what that's about. A lot of times I'll just do them in like a reusable plastic bag and put that in the fridge, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they don't have that same coldness. It's the weirdest thing, I know, but you gotta try that out. Mason jars you can pretty much find anywhere now. I'm using the bigger one, and that has been working really well for me. So I know this is a little bit repetitive, but I really just think it's so important to have fruits and veggies on hand at all times, and I just wanted to share that little tip with you for grapes recently. I've been really loving that. I'm thinking of trying blueberries next and see, do they last longer? Do they not last as long? I feel like the grapes are lasting a good amount of time, although we do eat them pretty fast, but they're doing good too. So anyway, that's kind of been my new way of storing fruits right now, is in a mason jar. Who knew? It's good stuff. I thought I would have more pineapple than I actually ended up with, so I just did it in this little container that I had this time, but I'm sure that would be good in a mason jar as well. Okay, so the next thing that I prepped was the sweet potatoes. Guys, I have been talking to you guys about these sweet potatoes like a lot in my last few weeks of vlogs, and for one reason or another, I just didn't get a chance to show you exactly how I did it. Well, I had to include that now for sure. So this is how I've been doing it. You take your sweet potatoes. You can do a lot at a time. You really can. I was gonna do 3, but I ended up with 2 because they were very big and that was enough. But you wanna chop them into like little 1-inch pieces, maybe even 1/2 inch for, you know, the thickness of it. That way they cook up a little bit faster, of course, but just make sure they're all relatively the same size. Now, I do think that one of the main reasons for meal prepping is to stay on track and to be healthy. And I think a lot of people don't include oil into their meals because they're trying to be, you know, healthier. So I'm gonna say that this is optional for that reason, but I really feel, and this is why I've been making it on repeat, because I've truly just been loving it, and I feel like the coconut oil on this particular dish just makes it. I just do. And this one in particular I got from Thrive Market, which I do have linked below if you want to check that out. I love Thrive, but this was a butter flavored coconut oil. Yes, my friends, it was delicious. But Seriously, just even regular coconut oil with sweet potatoes, and it doesn't have to be a lot, is so good. I don't know why that combo is everything, but it is everything. So if you are okay with sparing a little bit of oil into your diet, I say please try it because I think you'll really, really like it. I used about 2 tablespoons again for this entire batch, and this will last at least 4 different meals. Now, I mean, I'll add it into different things that I'm having because I don't just eat the sweet potato for my entire meal, you know what I mean? But so for me, it's really not that much oil when I look at it that way. But I just want to throw that out there. It is optional, but please try it with some at least once. I think you'll really, really be like blown away of why does it taste so good? It just does. So you're gonna add the potatoes to your pan and put the lid on it. You're gonna want them to steam up a little bit for maybe like 8 to 10 minutes or so. Again, it's gonna kind of be dependent on how small you cut them, but I think about 8 to 10 minutes is pretty good. That way they do steam up. You'll see that they, like when you take that lid off, there's a lot of moisture. This is perfect because then at that point you've gotten them softened enough, but now you're gonna go to the crisp part, and that is what makes these potatoes delicious as well. Even my kiddo loves these, and he's very picky. So this was a big deal. So after you remove the lid and they've steamed up a little bit, this is the other ingredient that is a must. I try not to have things that are like, you have to have this or else it won't work, because I try to be like, oh, use what you got, but this one kind of matters. You got to use the Trader Joe's chili lime seasoning. Oh my goodness, like it is just heavenly. So add a little bit of garlic powder because that's always good too. But the chili lime seasoning from Trader Joe's, guys, it is so, so good. It really is. Put that on there. Don't be afraid. Put it on there. And you're gonna let that just cook up, and you're gonna want it to get almost kind of crispy, almost a little bit burnt looking. The more burned looking, the better. It is awesome. This is probably gonna take about 15 minutes or so, and just keep stirring it every so often just so nothing really burns. But there's gonna be parts of it that look burned, and that's exactly what you want. That's what tastes amazing. They smell so good. I've just been explaining to you guys that I've been using that chili lime seasoning lately, and it is just so good. That saltiness with a little bit of kick with the sweetness of the sweet potato is just everything. And then with that little bit of coconut oil, yes. Store it in a container and you're good to go. And like I said, I will use that for many meals throughout the week. I really enjoy putting it on my salad, so I don't even have to reheat it or anything. It's delicious cold. So the next one is actually a recipe that was inspired by P.F. Chang's. If you've been to P.F. Chang's, you have probably had at least one time in your life the vegetarian lettuce wraps or the chicken lettuce wraps. And oh my gosh, they are just so, so good. They're probably one of their most popular items. I tell you, when I go, sometimes I literally order that as my entree because it is just amazing. It's so good. So that's where this recipe was originally inspired from. Now, I've had this recipe up on my website for years now, but I wanted to bring it back. I haven't shared it again with you guys in a while, and I kind of did it a little bit different, but again, it is actually on my website along with many other recipes, completely free, and if you want to check that out too. But I was craving this. I really was. This is just packed with a ton of veggies, a ton of protein, because I did add tofu to it, which is also very similar to how P.F. Chang's does it. Now mine is more of a peanut sauce than I think P.F. Chang's does, but you do it, do you. But I'm telling you, the peanut sauce on this is so good, so good. Plus it's another way to up your protein as well. So anyway, I started by having all my veggies prepared. I used onion, carrots, zucchini, water chestnuts, and green onions. That's my main base. And again, this is one of those though, like I say with most of my recipes, you know, use what you have. Please do use what you have. It doesn't matter. It does not have to be these exact ones, but I really do love this combo. I will tell you, if you're gonna, you know, move around some of the veggies a little little bit and substitute certain ones, I think the carrots really make this meal, and I think the water chestnuts really make it. That's just my opinion. I think the carrots, when they're cooked up, the sweetness that it brings is awesome, and it pairs really good with that peanut sauce, which is more salty. I also just personally love water chestnuts because they're super crunchy. I don't think they have like any nutritional value at all, but I love the crunch. So again, you don't have to, but I like those too. And then I also have my cubed up tofu ready to go as well. I'm using the high protein one from Trader Joe's. I do really like this one because you don't have to like press it or worry about getting extra moisture out of it. They pretty much have already done that for you. I think it holds up really, really well in this dish, especially since you're going to be making it for meals to come. So I have those items ready to go. So first thing I like to do though is start with my carrots and onions, since those you want to kind of soften up, and the carrots do take a little bit longer than zucchini, for example. So I start with those, steam those up a little bit, let them brown up just like you would any other type of, you know, start to a dish with onions. Do that. So I thought while those were cooking up, I would show you how to make the sauce. This is what makes it. So the way that I changed this up a little bit, and I didn't do it as from scratch, is because I just happened to have it, but I have this soyaki, and it's particularly the island soyaki, so it's a little bit sweeter actually, from Trader Joe's. So I use that as my base primarily. But if you do not have that, you can totally use coconut aminos, soy sauce, you can use whatever you want, you know, just make a base and you're good to go. But I thought this was perfect because again, you're getting that sweetness, and it's primarily made from soy sauce anyway. And then from there, you're going to add powdered peanut butter. This is a great addition because you're totally going to bring on that peanut flavor, but you're not taking in as much fat from true like peanut butter, right? So that's why I love incorporating powdered peanut butter when I can, and this dish does so great in doing that. And then from there, I added the rest of my flavorings. Now this again is where I sort of changed it, and I used a little bit of, I know it says dried mushrooms, but I used a little bit of the unami, I think it's called unami mushroom seasoning, again from Trader Joe's. That stuff is good, you guys. It really is. It really enhances the flavors of dishes, so I highly recommend it. And then I also use a little bit of ginger as well. And you will see it makes this really thick, yummy looking sauce. It's awesome. It really is. And if you want to make like a double batch of this, and that way you have some extra to actually like dunk or put more on top, I will not judge that at all. And I would say keep that one thicker like you see here. But because I want this to go over all of the veggies, I'm actually gonna add some water to this to thin it out. But I will tell you, when you start adding it into all the veggie mixture, it will kind of thicken up again on you, so don't worry. And really, if you go way overboard and you make it way too thin, you can always add more of the powdered peanut butter, thicken it right back up. No rules with that really. And these are just the flavors you're bringing together, and it works really, really well. So then from here, you're going to want to throw in your tofu. You want to brown that up as much as possible, let that go for a little bit, and then add the rest of your veggies. I say save the zucchini kind of for last because you don't want it to be really mushy, and that can tend to happen if it's cooked for too long. But you get the idea, you know, you just want to kind of do it in shifts and you'll be good to go. Once your veggies are basically done all together, you're going to add the sauce over top. Kind of just mix it in there. It is so, so good. It really, really is. And from here, this is completely optional. Again, kind of talking about using powdered peanut butter instead of real peanut butter for the sake of fat. You don't have to add real peanuts to this, but I think it's delicious. So I went ahead and added just a handful for the entire thing because again, I really love the crunch that it brings, the flavor, the saltiness. It's so good, but just know that that is optional. You can also omit it completely, and then when you go to make it throughout the week and add it to your little lettuce cups, you can always put a sprinkle a few on top then. So I would almost say actually do omit adding them in while it's cooking, and just do it as you make the meals throughout the week if you're, you know, choosing to add that particular day. But it's really good. Anyway, so that is basically it. Add the rest of your scallions so you have some more fresh ones that aren't completely cooked down, and you're good to go, my friends. There it is. So then I just literally take some romaine lettuce, cut off the bottoms, and there you have your lettuce cups. And I have those ready to go in just a little plastic bag, and they're ready to be filled with the delicious mixture whenever I go to it. I love it. It's so good, guys. You have to try this one. I think you will seriously love it, and it'll become a staple. Very healthful, very high protein, and something a little bit different, you know? So thanks P.F. Chang's for the inspiration. Okay, last but not least, and this is a simple one, but I like to give you guys some that are a little more complex and then some that are not at all. And this is definitely one of those that you're gonna go, dang it, if I don't have an air fryer already, it is time. It is time. Air fryers are awesome. I am literally going to take a bag of already ready to go broccoli. I got it at Trader Joe's, as you do, and pour this into my air fryer. I have the Cosori air fryer. I will link it below. I absolutely love it. I've been using Cosori products now for years and I love them. But pour the bag in there, spray it with some cooking spray, and put a little bit of lemon pepper, salt and pepper, whatever you want, whatever flavoring you want. Put it in for 5 minutes, take it out, shake it, put it in for another 5 minutes, and you've got yourself delicious roasted broccoli. I'm telling you, this broccoli, oh my gosh, it looks kind of like there's parts like the florets look kind of burnt. No. It's like nuts. It's so good. It's so good. I highly recommend it. So that took all of 10 minutes of doing nothing, and I seriously love it. I think it's very good, fresh, hot, but I like it cold too, or room temperature too. It's very good. So I think it actually holds up really well as a snacking item in your fridge, even if it's cold. You've still already cooked it. It's not raw. I've been loving to do that as well. So I was just gonna throw that idea out there for you guys too. That's a great way to get in veggies. Super fast and easy. Love air fryers. That's an awesome one. So those are the 4 little prep ideas that I have for you guys this time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, these are items that I like to just have on hand. When we talk about meal prep, I know there's a lot of different ways of doing it. I know a lot of people, and I used to do it myself even, where you make the same thing and you eat it 5 days in a row. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all, but lately what I've been doing is making things like this, big batches of things. That way I can pick and pull little bits from everywhere and have different things throughout the week. Like I said, adding the sweet potatoes to salads, or just having the sweet potato by itself even, you know, I can kind of be more versatile with it. So I like to just make things like that that aren't necessarily the identical thing to eat the same meal over and over, if that makes sense. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you as always for watching and always coming back. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys are having a great, great day, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.